Can you look up trendy Latin fusion restaurants in New York City and then send a message to Alex Lee to meet me there tonight at 6 o'clock in Spanish, please? I've been testing out Gemini on the new Galaxy watches, and at first I wasn't so convinced that I needed Gemini on the wrist, but after seeing this in action, there's no turning back. I'm gonna show you, and I think you're gonna be just as blown away as I am. What's that famous bridge shot in Brooklyn that's all over social media? Now, under normal circumstances, if you had your speaker volume up and you weren't in a loud demo room, you'd be able to hear that the watch doesn't just display the results, it also summarizes the response and reads it out loud. Here it was able to tell me it's the Manhattan Bridge framed between buildings on Washington Street. Can you show me a picture of it? Now, I didn't even have to remind it what it was. It just pulled up that famous shot of the Manhattan Bridge. Can you take me there? Same thing here. It knows there is the actual photo spot and not the actual bridge, although this prompt seems to have it working a little bit harder. But there it is. Now I just have to confirm whether I want driving, transit, or walking directions. Can you look up trendy Latin fusion restaurants in New York City and then send a message to Alex Lee to meet me there tonight at 6 o'clock in Spanish, please? Okay, that was a lot of prompts in one, enough to stump even the most capable of humans, especially the translation part, but Gemini delivered. And because I speak Spanish, I can attest that it was accurate. What I cannot attest to is whether or not the Buena Vista restaurant and bar is actually trendy and Latin fusion, but we'll take Gemini's word for it. Let's send it. Honestly, as someone who's had significant struggles with voice dictation on my wrist, this is going to be game-changing because oftentimes now I just break out my phone and type up that text on the phone instead of struggling to dictate the text on my wrist that sometimes it doesn't get right anyway. And now you may be getting Gemini on the watch in the next days because all you have to do is have Gemini on your phone and then be running Wear OS 4 or higher on your watch, and it's going to be an automated update. Can you find an article on Gemini from CNET and pull it up on my phone? It's a little harder to explain, but in theory, Gemini will have seamless integration across all your devices, so you could access information from your phone on your wrist and vice versa. It also got third-party app integration on Wear OS 6, so while still in its early stages, you can imagine what this will unlock. I'm gonna keep testing Gemini on the watch, and let me know what you think about this. Are you going to be using it a lot more on your wrist, or are you gonna pass? Let me know in the comments section, and thanks again for watching.